Welcome back to the Memphis Tech Pharaohs Team Builder Dynasty here on College Football 26. We are now in week 11. We sit here with a 6-2 record, and as you see in the middle of the screen there, we are currently 5th in Conference USA, actually tied for 2nd with Liberty, Kennesaw State, and UTEP with a 3-1 conference record. And we have 4 games left in the regular season, and our next 3 opponents just happen to be Liberty, UTEP, and Kennesaw State, with Louisiana Tech being the last one on the schedule. So if we want to go to the conference championship in year 1, these next 3 games are going to make a difference in whether we go or we don't. We also are bowl eligible at 6-2, and right now we are slated to play in the Independence Bowl against Iowa State. That's just a projection, so we'll see how that goes as we wrap up this season. I'm very happy with how this season is going so far. We've gotten some really good play out of our quarterback and running back, and spread the love across wide receivers, and we have the fewest points allowed within the conference. And go in here real quick before we get into gameplay. Points allowed, 156, the lowest allowed, and we have the highest differential in points scored and points allowed. So we've been doing it on both sides of the ball, and while it says over there on the right we're a 57 overall team, that's taking into account all of the 50s that are being redshirted as well. We got to get some recruits in, and we got a lot of time invested in some 4-stars, and hopefully they will make a decision soon because we got a lot of 3-stars we need to add at the end of this season. So let's hop into this game right now at Liberty. Huge game, probably the biggest game on our schedule at the moment. The next 3 games are all going to be huge games as we go forward, as long as we win the game. And I will see you again as soon as the game's over, and we'll look at what happened this week in recruiting before we go into our next game against UTEP. Now we head into a critical stretch of the season, 3 tough games in a row. First one here in Lynchburg, Virginia, as we travel to meet the Liberty Flames. Both teams are 6-2 on the season. Both teams are 3-1 in Conference USA. And this matchup will go a long way to determine which team has a legitimate shot at the conference championship. You see us coming out in our road whites with the blue helmets and the blue pants. Can't wait to get into this game, see how we do against the upper tier of the conference. And we're going to get the ball first. So Liberty's going to kick this ball off deep into the end zone. And Moore's going to bring it out right up the hash, cuts inside, and gets dropped right around the 18-yard line, 20-yard return. You can see Demetrius Williamson, 12 catches for 141 and 2 last week. Huge game for him, as well as a huge game for our quarterback. And here we are, 1st and 10. Handoff. Tyson tries to get outside, bounces off 1, finds some room up the middle, picks up 3 on the play. That'll bring up a 2nd down. Pharaohs going with a tight formation now. Olsen drops, looks, got a man open, throws, caught underneath by Foreman, and steps out of bounds right around the 39-yard line, 29-yard line, my bad. And that'll be a 1st down. Move the chains. And handoff Tyson looking for hole, bounces through, gets into midfield area, got into the secondary. Gonna pick up 12 yards in a play and get us out to the 41-yard line. Now bring up another 1st down here. Trips left. Olsen looks, throws over the middle, and Williamson's got it. Picks up 6. Mentioned him at the start. One of our top receivers on the season. And here's a handoff. Tyson trying to get outside, runs into a crowd there right around midfield. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1 at the 50 as we go pistol. Handoff to Tyson again. Up the middle, big hole into the secondary. All the way down to the 40-yard line. 10-yard gain there, brings up a 1st and 10. So we go trips left, tight end right. Now Strickland, or a halfback, goes in motion. Olsen, good pocket, quick throw, and incomplete. Tried to hit Page on that little in route there. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Same formation, trips left, tight end right. Strickland in motion again. Same play, actually. Olsen drops, looks over the middle, and Gunnarson's got it. It's going to pick up 4, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. We're going to go 2 wide on each side, spread formation. Olsen drops, rolling to his right, looking over the middle, and it's picked off. Liberty takes the ball out to the 50, 45, and dragged down around the 43. Brylan Green with a 25-yard return. And I'm not sure what happened on that play. We're going to hop into instant replay and show you what happened. Gunnarson's coming across the middle. He gets picked right there by the linebacker, then runs into his own man, and that's why the ball ended up in red instead of white and blue. No call on the play. Should have been interference. Legal contact, something. That'll bring a 1st and 10 on the 43. Here's a handoff. Trying to get to the edge is Julian Gray, and he gets dragged down for a 2-yard gain. That'll bring up 2nd down and 8. Our first look at the Flames offense here. Handoff again up the middle. Gray trying to wiggle his way through the line. He's going to pick up 4, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 4. Ethan Vasco, the quarterback, number 15, hands off to Gray again up the middle and gets swallowed up and dropped, and that's going to bring up a 4th and 1, and they're going to go for a field goal instead of going for it on 4th down. Nick Brown, the kicker, and hits a high one deep and inside the left upright from 51 yards away. That was a bomb. And Liberty Flames take the early lead 3-0 after the turnover. He kicked the ball off. Moore's going to have it again at the goal line. 15 and dragged down there. Not much room. These kickoffs don't result in very many yards ever. That'll give us a 1st and 10. I'm going to actually mark it on the 16. Man in motion. Hand off to Tyson, and he's going to get swarmed over and dropped for no gain. That play does not work anymore. Going back with the tight 4 wide receiver set here. Olsen drops, looks, throws, and almost got picked again. Threw into double coverage. Not a good look. Trying to hit Williamson there. Now they go back to trips left. Olsen drops. Got a man over the middle. Caught Gunderson, and he's going to be just short. Picks up 10 on the play, and we're going to go for it as we go no huddle. Don't want them to sub out. Here's the handoff. Strickland, big hole up the middle, gets the 1st down. Out to the 29-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play. He moved the chains. Under 5 minutes left in the quarter. Here's a handoff to Tyson, and he's going to get wrapped up and dropped in the backfield for no gain. That'll bring up 2nd and 10, closing in on 4 minutes left in the quarter. Olsen drops, throws, and batted down, incomplete. Another chance for Williamson. That'll bring up a 3rd and 10. We need to move the chains here big time. Olsen drops, rolls to his right, stops, looks, throws, got a man open at the 45, 50, and knocked down right around the 48-yard line. Scooter Page with a big 24-yard gain gives us a 1st down in Flames territory. Here's the handoff. Tyson pushing through the middle is going to pick up 4 on the play. Bring up 2nd and 6. Got to make sure we keep them honest. We throw so much, we got to run the ball inside. And Olsen is going to dump past to Strickland. Leaked out of the backfield, and he dropped it. Now bring up a 3rd down and 6 now on their 43. There's Olsen drifting to his right, looks, throws, got the running back Tyson, 35-30, and down right around the 27-yard line. 16-yard gain. Tyson's a threat, whether you hand it off or throw it to him. We're going to hand off again, off tackle, and he's going to pick up 4 on the play. Close in on 2 minutes left in the quarter. 2nd and 6 now from the 23. And hand off to Strickland. He tries to work his way up the middle, and he's going to get 4 more in that one. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 2. Hand off to Tyson, tries to cut back and has no room. His hole disappeared immediately, and that's going to bring up a 4th and 2. And we're going to bring out Ian Wells to try and tie this game as he boots it right down the middle. 36-yard field goal, and we have a tie game. And now we're going to hop ahead into the 2nd quarter. We had back-to-back punts for both teams, 2 punts each, so we have 5:30 left in the 2nd quarter. Still 3-3 game. Gray changes direction, and he's going to get dropped for no gain. Saw something on the backside and tried to go there. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10. This game has been a defensive struggle, as you can see by the score. Vasco throws out in the flat. Gray's got it and gets dropped after a gain of 4. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. Under 4.5 left in the half. Here's a handoff. Gray, good block, gets to the edge. 45-50, 45-40, 35-30 down the sideline and dragged down right around the 11-yard line. Huge gain by Julian Gray, 53 yards, gives them a 1st and 10 from the 11. Biggest gain of the game for either team. And a handoff to Gray again, going outside and gets dragged down. Pick up 1 on the play, bring up a 2nd down and 9. He gets subbed out. Caden Williams now in the pistol formation. He tries to spin through the line. He's going to pick up 3, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. 2.5 minutes left in the first half. Gray back in. Handoff, and great block. Tries to get the outside. Gets dragged down. Only gains 1 on the play, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Chip shot field goal here by Nick Brown. And there's a flag. We got the kicker. Sydney Stovall went for the block, got the kicker instead, and that's a personal foul. And instead of being 6-3, now they're going to get a 1st and goal from the 3. We had him off the field, only giving up 3 after that big run, and now they got a chance to put 7 on the board. See if we can come up big here. Here's the handoff to Gray, and he wiggles his way through and into the end zone for the touchdown. So that penalty is going to cost us at least 4 points. Would have been 6-3. Extra point's going to make it 10-3. And that's going to be it for the first half, as both teams would trade punts at the end of the first half. So Julian Gray, 76 yards, had 53 of those on 1 carry, and that touchdown you saw at the end. And Liberty having a little bit better luck on offense, moving the ball, especially running. Got to get our offense going. Been struggling. Too many punts in the first half. Lucky there was a pass there you didn't see because we ended up punting on that drive. But you can see 168 yards of offense for them, 176 for them. They have 107 yards rushing. We have 120 passing. They only have 69. Just not a lot of offense going for both teams. Pretty even on a time of possession. And we pick it up here in the third quarter. After a touchback and a kickoff, there goes Olsen on the read option. We don't do that too much with him. He's going to pick up 7 on the play. He's 2nd down and 3. Olsen drops, looks, throws over the middle, caught by Gunnarsson up the middle of the field into the secondary and dragged down at the 19. Huge play there, 23 yards to the tight end, Alex Gunnarsson. Gets us in the red zone. See if we can tie this game up. Here's Tyson, and bounces off 2 guys, swarmed over and dropped for no gain. Now I'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Strickland checks in at running back now as we go with the tight formation, and he runs up the middle, and he gets dragged down by defensive player in the backfield for a loss of 1. So now it's 3rd and 11. Need to get a conversion here. Olsen drops, rolls to his right. Here comes pressure, throws. He's got a man at the 12. Williamson into the end zone and touchdown. There we go, Pharaohs. Ansel right back. Get this game tied pending the extra point. It's 10-9 right now. But Williamson ran all the way across formation, leaves his man in the dust, cuts up the field, and no one was there to stop him as the Pharaohs tie this game up. Now we're going to pick it up at the 4:21 mark here in the third quarter. Both teams punted, so Liberty has the ball back. And here's the read option, and 1 tackle broken by Vasco up the sideline, and big gainer for the quarterback there. 16 yards on the read option as he just shoves the defender to the ground. Vasco takes a snap, fake handoff, pitches. Gray's got it up the sideline, 45-40, 35-30, and dragged down shy of the 20. Another big run by Julian Gray, 30 yards on that one. Gets them down to the 21-yard line. We got to stop these big runs, man. They're just killing us on the ground. Here goes Gray again, out to the outside, and finally gets dragged down in the backfield for a loss of 1. But as you can see there, he has 20 carries for 131 yards on the game. We're still in the third quarter. Caden Williams checks in now at running back. Here's the handoff. He goes wide, and he gets grabbed and thrown to the ground. Freeman with the big tackle in the open field. That'll bring up a 3rd and 12. Gray back in They get 4 wide. Vasco takes a snap. Plenty of time in the pocket. Looking all day to look. Look at him just standing there. Throw over the middle and incomplete. Wow. Had a man. Gets knocked down and they're going to settle for a field goal here. 39-yard field goal by Brown. Gives Liberty the 13-10 lead. As they cash in. Those big runs really helping out their offense. We get the ball back now. Both teams traded punts, so we got it back now in the fourth quarter. Over the middle, caught by Williamson onto midfield. Big catch there, 17 yards in the slant. So we hit the 7-minute mark left in the game, trailing by 3. Olsen, fake handoff, RPO pass to Gunnarsson in the flat, cuts it back in. And he's going to pick up 9 on the play, get down to their 41-yard line. Be second down and 1. And here's the handoff. Tyson, and no hole. Blocker got pushed back into the backfield, and that's going to be a loss. So it's going to be 3rd down and 2. Here's the handoff. Tyson jukes. Oh, he cuts through the middle. Big gain there. 6 yards to move the chains. Gives us a first down on the 35. Under 5.5 left. Just needs some kind of points on this drive. There's another one over the middle to Gunnarsson. He's been busy today. 7-yard catch there. Brings up 2nd down and 3. As we go empty, 5 wide. Man in motion. Olsen drops, looks, man across the formation. Foreman on the drag. That'll be enough to get us the first down. 8 yards on that one. Get it down to the 20 now. Hand off to Strickland, and there's no room up the middle. We may have to start running outside or run some screens or something. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Under 4 minutes left. Olsen drops, drifts, looks, throws, man over the middle's Page, and gets dragged down right around the 19-yard line. 6-yard pass there. It'll be 3rd down and 3. Olsen drops, man over the middle, throws, oh, and it's picked off. And that's a big body right there. I'm not sure what happened. Williamson stopped running on his route, and one of the defensive linemen looks like he dropped back in his zone and picked that pass off. Fortunately for us, we would force them to punt, so now we're only down 3 with 1:36 left. No timeouts. Olsen has got a man open over the middle, 35-40, and out of bounds right around the 42-yard line. 18-yard crosser to Williamson. We try to get down a field goal range and tie this game up. Olsen drifting back, looks, throws over the middle again. Gunnarsson, first down, inside their 45, down to the 42. Get it to the line of scrimmage, 1:12 and counting left. Olsen drops, got a man over the middle, throws, and it's caught by Page, and that's a first down. Oh no, it's incomplete. Thought he had it, thought he was on the ground. Lucky it wasn't a fumble. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 with 1:04 left. It's a man in motion. Olsen drops, got a man open, a crosser again. Williamson, he's dragged down just on the other side of the 40s. We race up there, under a minute left. 3rd down and 6. Olsen dropping, looking, in and out, caught Page, and can't get to the first down. It's going to bring up a 4th and 2 as we go no huddle, out of timeouts. Got to get the first down, and this game's over. Plenty of time. And fake, throw, cross the middle, caught, and that's a first down. Gunnarsson with the catch, 4 yards. 1st and 10 on the 29, 30 seconds and counting. Olsen drops, looks, throws deep down the middle. That's caught by Williamson, down inside the 10. 1st and goal at the 8. As the clock stops, will they race up to the line of scrimmage? Now they can take shots at the end zone and try and win this game. Olsen drops, here comes pressure, and down he goes. Oh no, no timeouts left. They got to hustle back to the line of scrimmage. Probably should just spike the ball here and take the field goal. Play clock down to 6, and it's a little pitch to Strickland as he races to the sideline and gets out of bounds. Not a good play call there, but it's 3rd down now, 2 seconds left. We try to kick this field goal to tie the game. 39 yards, and it is shanked left. Ian Wells hooks it left, and Liberty hangs on to win in a thriller. They are jubilant all over the field. Defensive battle. Player of the game, Julian Gray. just absolutely torched us, had 2 long runs. We had no answer for him. They didn't need to throw the ball a whole lot with him running so well. And our offense was not what it had been for the last 5 weeks with that 5-game winning streak. Take a look at the stats. First downs are pretty even. We had 371 to their 291. They had 207 yards rushing, though. That was a big difference. They only had 85 yards. We had 288 through the air. Third down conversions were kind of We threw 2 picks. It was not helpful at all. And time of possession was pretty even, but just didn't have enough. Let's look at the individual stats. Olsen, 28 of 42, 288, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Tyson, 16 for 88, no touchdowns. Gunderson, 9 for 100. Williamson, 7 for 95 and a touchdown. He had 1 sack, huge sack at the end of the game there. Worst time possible. Defensively, Collins with 11 tackles. Not good when a corner leads your team in tackles. 1 sack by Love. No picks. And we lost a heartbreaker, 13-10. Well, that was an extremely frustrating game. The kicking, I don't know what to do. And the penalty, we got him stopped. And we get a roughing the kicker when I wasn't even controlling the dude. So it is what it is. I hate this game. And I hated last year's game too. So anyway, let's hop into this recruiting as we dropped to 6-3 on the season. Bradbury, we dropped to 2nd, which I figured because they had a visit. So now we need to go in here and get rid of Send the House. We really don't have any good. Yeah, we're just going to have to keep Send the House because we have nothing that we can do. We're not going to we're going to lose this guy, I'm sure. Wozniak, we should get him just fine. And we'll get rid of that. And just give him 25, get 5 back. Jolly, got a visit with him this week. So let's see what we can do here. 20, I need to remove this. Need to remove this from McLeod and throw this on Jolly. Recruiting battle there, so the guard, just see how that goes. Got to visit that one, so we should be able to nail him down. Got to get these kickers and punters. And I'm out of points on these guys, so just keep these guys going. You know what? I can take this 20 off of him, 25 off of him. We got to visit now. Throw 25 on him. Quarterback, fine. Corner, fine. Corner, got a big lead there. Only 1 with offer there. Same thing with that one. Moving up the board. Not on his yet. All right. That's what we're going to roll with for this week. I know we have a visit. I'm not going to visit a punter. This corner got a visit. Yeah, we could get the corner in. All right, let's do that. Week 14, and we will pick playing style. Give him 5 points back. Yep. And there we go. So disappointing loss is going to drop us back into conference standings. Sitting here at 3-2, got a bunch of teams at 4-1. We do play Kennesaw State and UTEP, so if we can get up to 5-2, 6-2, beat Louisiana Tech 6-2, we'd give them their second loss, and we need Sam Houston to lose in conference, and we'd have a shot at Liberty on a rebound. So let's cross our fingers and hope we can get this win this week. As one more look here is our remaining schedule. We have UTEP at home, at Kennesaw State, home versus Louisiana Tech. And yeah, these 2 games are huge. Got to win them both, win all 3, and get some help. We might be able to get a rematch with Liberty. And that last game put us in a tough spot in Conference USA. We pretty much have to win out and hope for some luck with the other teams. And now we have a home game against UTEP. Hopefully that'll get us on the win column side with our home crowd behind us. And you can see there's no walkout for the team builders. We're going to get the ball first as UTEP kicks this ball off shy of the end zone. And there's a run back by Buford up the middle, and there's a flag in the play. Let's see who that, it looks like it's against us. Yep, holding call. It's going to march that ball back. Scott McLawler. And that's going to put us in the hole. We're going to start 1st and 10 on the 10. You can see that Olsen's numbers on the season. Got to get those picks down. Touchdowns up. We'll start here on the 10. You can see extreme shadow today's game. Here's a handoff to Tyson up the middle. He's going to pick up 4 on the play. Need to get more of him involved in this game. And bring up a 2nd down and 6. Another handoff. Oh, cuts back the opposite way. He's going to pick up 2 on the play. Didn't like the blocking in front of him, so now we have a 3rd down and 4. Need to convert this. Olsen drops, looks, throws, out route Strickland, and he pushes through 2 defenders and gets the 1st down. Picks up a big 5 yards on that one. 1st and 10 at the 21. Changing the play at the line now. Olsen drops, looks, throws, and batted down by the defensive line. Trying to go down the middle of the field. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 now. Olsen drops, shifts, looks, throws, pressure, and throws it low. Gunnarsson was the intended receiver, but is at his feet. Now to bring up a 3rd down and 10. Man in motion. That's Foreman. Olsen drops, looks, throws, and hits Foreman in the backside. Not a good look there on the drag, and now it's going to force us to punt. Matthew York in to punt the ball. It's a boomer. It's going to be taken at the 25. And it's going to be right around a 15-yard return there. 51-yard punt by York. It's going to give them a 1st and 10 on the 29 as you see the impact players in the game today. Yeah, our first time looking at UTEP in this dynasty. Tight end goes in motion. And here's a handoff to Hashan Wilson. He's going to get dragged down for a loss of 2 on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 7. Malachi Nelson, the quarterback, drops, looks, throws, and it's caught. No, it's knocked out. Jason Smith dropped the ball, got knocked out by the defender, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 12. They have trips left. 1 receiver to the right. 2 receivers, my bad. Empty backfield. Nelson, plenty of time, looks and caught, dumped it underneath, and that's going to be way short of the 1st down and bring up a 4th down. And Noah Botsford's going to come in and punt. It's a high booming kick inside the 20. Buford trying to find a hole, and he's going to push forward. Good 17-yard return, and that's going to give us a 1st down on our own 37. Our 2nd possession. See if we can do something here. Olsen looking, got a man over the middle, caught. Page tries to split the defenders there, picks up 7. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 3. Here's Olsen in a shotgun. Pass over the middle, caught Gunnarsson on the logo, and gets dragged down right around the 41-yard line. 15-yard crosser there. That'll give us a 1st down in UTEP territory. So you can see they're staring back into the sun. RPO pass. Oh, and it's picked off. UTEP could have a pick 6 here. Tyson chasing him down and drags him down at the 6-yard line. I'm going to tell you, when that play happened, I put my head down and controller down. I didn't see the tackle until I started editing this game. I thought it was a pick 6, but it's not. They got a 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Nelson, handoff, and nothing much there as Wilson loses a yard on the play. Now it'll bring up a 2nd down and goal from the 9. Shotgun again. And fake handoff. Read option out to the edge, and he's going to score. Malachi Nelson, 9-yard run for the touchdown. And we are down 6-0 pending the extra point after that pick that Olsen threw. Just should have never thrown that pass. And we're down 7-0 now as we get the ball on our 3rd drive. Here's the handoff. Tyson up the middle and gets dragged down, but he gains 9 on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and 1. Got the fullback in for the I formation. Here's Tyson pushing through and gets just enough to get the first down out to the 30. Now we're at 3rd and 10. Olsen drops, looks, pressure coming, throws, has the man along the sideline, and Page pushes forward up there, stays in bounds, and gets the first down. 10-yard pass. Got it at the 41 now. Olsen drops, drifts, looks, throws, got a crosser again. This time Page across midfield, down around the 46-yard line. Olsen takes a snap, drops, looks, throws. Williamson's got it, and he's going to have another first down to the 35. 11-yard gain there. High snap, and hand off to Tyson. Bounces off one, leaps over a defender, and it's going to pick up 7 on the play. What a disjointed play, but nice leap there by Tyson to get some extra yards. That'll bring up 2nd down, 3. Here's a handoff. Tyson looking to the outside, finds a hole, pushes through. Big gain there, down to the 16-yard line. 12-yard gain by Tyson. And after an incomplete pass, we're at 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff to Strickland up the middle. He's going to pick up 5 on the play. It'd be 3rd down and 5. Tight setting here again. Olsen looking. He's got a man. Foreman's got it at the 5 and out of bounds, but there's a flag on the play. And it looks like it's going to be on us. Holding call. Jalen McDonald, our center. That'll make it 3rd and 15 now. Olsen rolls hard to his right. Pressure coming. Throws. He's got Williamson at the 10. Gets down to the 9. That's going to bring up a 4th and 4. We're going for it. Not going to settle for this field goal. Olsen drops, looks, throws over the middle. Tyson's got it, gets the first down. Keeps this drive alive. That'll be the end of the quarter. You can see the stats. We dominate the stats, but we trail in the game. Now we're going to have a 3rd and goal from the 5. Running back in motion. Olsen drops, looks, man over the middle, cut, and that's Williamson for a touchdown on the slant. 5 yards. Olsen to Williamson. Extra point coming, and that'll give us a 7-7 tie. You can see blue. There was no coverage at all in the middle of the field. Could have drove our entire offensive line down there. So after the kickoff, which was a touchback, UTEP's going to start on our own 25, 1st and 10, tie game now. Toss over the middle, caught into the secondary, all the way to midfield, 24-yard post. Judah Izinwa, the tight end. Great throw by Malachi as they race up, no huddle. There's a handoff, trying to get to the edge, and it's going to be no gain there. Bring up a 2nd down and 10. From the 49. Now Nelson in the shotgun, taking his time. Takes a snap, and RPO pass out in the flat, and it's going to be a 6-yard gain by Nzenwa. And he's injured on the play, so he's going to have to leave. Brings up a 3rd down and 4, our side of midfield. Running back goes in motion. Nelson drops, looks, throws over the middle, caught, and that's going to be a 1st down. 12-yard pass to Cash Cheeks. What a name. I'm going to call him Butt Cheeks. That's for you, Revamp. And after an incomplete pass, it's going to make it 2nd and 10 from the 33. And screen pass to the running back, out to the edge. There he goes, inside the 20 and out of bounds at the 19-yard line. Wilson. After no gain on the 1st down, it's 2nd down and 10. Nelson drops. Oh, there he goes. Quarterback blast up the middle. He's going to pick up 3, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 7. And after an incomplete pass, it's going to bring up a 4th and 7, and they're going to try and kick this field goal to take the lead, and it is up and good as Joe Bowman from 34 yards gives UTEP 10-7 lead here in the 2nd quarter. And the kickoff was a touchback, so we're going to start on our own 25-yard line. Olsen looking over the middle, caught by Page, turns it up, and gets 9 yards in the play. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 1. Memphis Tech trying to respond to the field goal. There's delay handoff. Tyson Jukes back to the middle. Big hole. Great run there. Pickup of 11 yards. That's a first down. After an incomplete pass, we're at 2nd and 10 now. 6 minutes left in the first half. Olsen throws over the middle. Caught Page again. Picks up 8 on the play. Olsen already has 100 yards passing. And after an incomplete pass, we're going to go for it on 4th and 2. Tyson cuts back. Finds a hole on the backside. He's going to pick up the first down there. Big run. 10 yards. Moves the chains. 1st and 10 on their 38. There's another handoff. And this time Teague subbing in for Tyson. He gets dragged down. A loss of 3. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 13. Empty backfield. Trips tight to the right. There's Olsen looking over the middle. Caught Williamson. And into the secondary. Gets dropped. 9-yard gain brings up 3rd down and 4. Teague still in at running back. And here's a handoff. Splits the offensive line into the middle of the field. Secondary coming up, and he gets dragged down. 12-yard run by Teague. Moves the chains. 1st and 10 at the 20. Olsen looking. In route over the middle to Page again. Just wearing him out with that over the middle stuff. Especially to Page. 8-yard gain brings up 2nd down and 2. Here's a handoff. Strickland's got a hole. Let's get the first down inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line. Picks up 4 on the play. Teague checks in. I'm not sure where Tyson is. Pistol formation. Teague tries to get outside, and he gets dragged down right at the 5-yard line. 3-yard gain, and that's a 2-minute warning. Trying to get this game at least tied before the half. Teague goes in motion. Nope, sorry, that was Page. Olsen looking over the middle, caught, and that's a touchdown. That was Teague on the motion as Page catches that 5-yard slant. Their numbers are so similar, and they have those pulled-up shirts. It's hard to read the numbers. But the 5-yard slant to Scooter Page with the extra point has this game tied here in the first half. 2 minutes left, 1:57. UTEP starting at the 25 after the touchback on the kickoff. And here comes pressure, and down he goes. Jarian Love with the sack right up the middle. Nelson had no time on that play at all, and you can see that's Love's 10th sack of the season. Clock rolling now, closing in on 1:30 left. 2nd and 17. Nelson looking, stepping up, throwing, and has a man. That's a first down out to the 35-yard line. 16 yards to Zenwa. Back from his injuries. They go no huddle. There's Nelson looking, throwing up the middle of the field. Caught and dragged down at the 48. That's a first down and a first timeout for UTEP. As they get across midfield, trying to get points before half. Nelson, quick throw, RPO pass to the flat, and gets dragged down inside the 40. Cheeks again with that catch as we go. Trips to the left. Nelson throws over the middle. Caught, and that's another first down. Clock keeps rolling. Down to 34 seconds. 3rd and 10. And out to the flat. Caught up the sideline. Down the sideline. 10-5. Touchdown. Jalen Brown with a 35-yard RPO pass. Nobody was over covering that side. They got one big block, and it was off to the races. As UTEP scores before the end of the half. See this. One block out there, and our guy blocked 28. So we blocked ourselves, and nobody else could catch up as he just got to the pylon, and that's going to be it for the first half. As UTEP drives down, takes the lead back 17-14, even though we have nearly 10 minutes advantage in time of possession. We are trailing this game at half. Last game against Liberty, it was stuff on the ground. This time it's through the air. You just got to get better players on defense. And that's what we're working on with the recruiting, and we'll look at some more in the transfer portal. But got to get team speed, got to get awareness, and I'm pretty confident we can run this offense with a bunch of different guys. Let's take a look at these stats real quick. You see we have double the first downs, bunch of yards more, 79 yards to their one, rushing 142 to 141, so we're tied in passing. And, yeah, we just dominating the time of possession, but we got 3 penalties. And we're going to start the second half. UTEP has the ball. It was a touchback on a kickoff. Nelson dropping over the middle, another cut, and another first down. 10-yard pass to Brown. After an incomplete pass, we got second down and 10 from the 39. Nelson drops, pressure in his face, and down he goes. Joshua Townsend with the quick in move, beats the tackle, and down goes Nelson, and brings up a third down and 16. He was so fast off the blocks on that one. Nelson dropping, looking, plenty of time now. Hits a crosser to the 50, 45, and dragged down inside the 45. 25-yard slant to Thomas, moves the chains after we had him down 3rd and 16. Can't be giving up those big passes. Here's Nelson dropping. Good pocket again. Throws up the sideline, and he's got a man. And down at the 20-yard line, it's a 24-yard pass. Kenny Odom. 1st and 10 at the 19. Pistol formation. Turns and hands off. Ball up the middle, and minimal gain there, 2 yards. That's Brown, the wide receiver. Now we got second down and 8. Nelson, and the fake play action. Spins out, takes off running inside the 10, and slides down inside the 5. 13-yard scramble by Malachi Nelson. Now they have second and goal at the 4. Here's a handoff, and Wilson's going to get dragged down from behind. Going to lose 2 on the play, and that'll bring up a third down and goal from the 6. Here's the snap. Nelson looking and scrambling. There he goes, and he gets a late block, and he's into the end zone for another touchdown. As UTEP marches it down the field, we had him 3rd and long, and they end up still putting it in the end zone as Malachi Nelson scores another touchdown with his legs. And our defense hasn't been able to stop them all day. Now they're going to kick this ball off. Up 24-14. Buford's got it at the 1. Straight up the middle. Pushes through. Gets it all the way out to the 22. And that's where we're going to start this next drive. Snap. Olsen got it. Throws. Got Williamson up the sideline. 45-50. 45-40. Down to the 30, to the 21, man, the beat, and he's gone to the end zone. Touchdown. Demetrius Williamson, 78 yards on the slant, and the Pharaohs answer back in one play. We love these speed routes across. He loses his defender. Good block right there. That was Gunderson, the tight end, with a block, and then it was off to the races down the sideline, and no one could catch him. Biggest play of the day, one of the biggest plays of the season. And after they would go 3 and out and have to punt, we get the ball back now. There's a handoff to Tyson, back in the game, up the middle. Picks up 4 on the play. Not sure why he disappeared in the first half, but got him back now. 2nd and 6. Olsen drops, looks over the middle, and Williamson's got it, but he's shy of the first down. They'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Pistol formation. Here's the handoff. Tyson to the edge. Gets the block all the way through. He's first down and knocked out of bounds at midfield. And after an incomplete pass on first down, we got second down and 10. Here's the handoff to Tyson. Up the middle. Tries to find room. Spins and gets hit. And the ball's out. And UTEP has it. Wow. Tyson fighting for extra yards. Fumbles the ball. UTEP strong safety Xavier Smith grabs it. That's a turnover now at midfield when we had momentum going. See the replay, the spin, and he gets popped on the spin. Now they have the ball 2nd and 10 on the ensuing drive on our 45-yard line. Here's a handoff and bounce off one and dragged down for a loss of the play is Wilson. That'll bring up a big 3rd and 11. See if we can get the stop here. Nelson takes a snap, Drops, no pressure, looks, throws, has a man at the 45, dragged down, and they say he's going to be short. Inches short, and they're just going to go for a field goal here. Attempting a 42-yarder. Bowman's kick is up, and he pushed it right, and it's no good. There we go. So he dodged a bullet. Nothing happens after the fumble. We pick this up at the start of the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 on their 36-yard line. Same drive after the missed field goal. Olsen over the middle, caught. Foreman gets the first down and puts Olsen up to 250 yards on the day. After an incomplete pass to Page, we got 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff to Tyson. Tries to get to the edge and gets dragged down. And we have an injury to one of our linemen. Doug Barlow is down, so we stop the clock. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 9 in field goal range. Trying to get more. Olsen drops, looks, and pressure coming, and he has to throw it. And it goes into the dirt. You see Barlow is going to come back soon. Hip bursitis. And now we try this field goal to tie the game. Wells with a kick, and it's right down the middle and good. So the Pharaohs battle back and tie this game up at 24. And after another 3 and out by UTEP, defense coming up big here in the second half, we get the ball back. Teague trying to run up the middle and gets no gain. And at this point, Tyson disappeared again, and I don't know what happened. It must be wear and tear. Since the update, I played this game after the update, so I think it's affecting it. Here's a swing pass into the flat, and Teague only picks up 1. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 9. Tight formation again. Olsen drops. Got a man open, throws. Caught by Foreman. 50, 45, 40, 35, and out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Huge gain there. 29 yards on the crossing route. Gives us a 1st down. Empty backfield again, 5 wide. Olsen, here comes the pressure down the middle, and bobbled and dropped by Gunderson. Pressure was coming quick, had a man wide open, and he just couldn't hang on. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Teague in there in the pistol. Here's the handoff, trying to get to the edge, cuts it back in. Only picks up 2 on the play. 3rd down and 8. Olsen drops, looking over the middle, and caught, but short of the 1st down is Williamson. So let's bring up a 4th and 2. And Wells comes in again, and he kicks this one good as he sneaks it inside the left upright. And the Pharaohs take a 3-point lead. Had to settle for 2 field goals instead of touchdowns. Now UTEP's going to get the ball back. 7 minutes left in this game, down 3. There's Nelson looking, throwing over the middle, caught all the way out to midfield and dragged down 33 yards to Smith. See Jaden's day, gets him way down the field. Here's the handoff, and no gain, and he stacked him up. Wilson, lucky he didn't fumble on that one. Now they're going empty backfield, 3 bunched to the right. Hardly see him in that logo. I think I got it a little bit too big. Here's Nelson, a little throw into the flat, and he throws it behind the running back. That's going to be an incomplete pass, so now it's 3rd down and 10. And there goes Nelson, read option, and he gets swallowed up and dropped on the play. That's going to bring up a 4th down. They're going to have to punt the ball back to us with 5 minutes left here in the game. And angle punt is shanked. It's a 17-yard punt by Botsfield out of bounds on the 34-yard line. Teague still in the game at running back. Here's the handoff, and he gets met in the backfield and dropped for no gain. I really don't know what happened. If Tyson's going to disappear like that, I'm just going to turn off wear and tear. Kind of hate it in the first place. Here's Olsen looking, man over the middle, caught by Page, cuts upfield, gets a 1st down just shy of midfield, 13 yards on the drag. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line. Hand off to Teague, tries to force his way up the middle and only gains 2 on the play. Bring up 2nd and 8. Closing in on 3.5 minutes left. There's handoff Teague, cuts back, has a big hole, and gets the 1st down. Thankfully, he held onto the ball and didn't fumble that. So now we have 1st and 10 at their 42. Hand off to Teague again, tries to cut back, runs into his offensive lineman, and 2 guys are going to be injured, 1 for each team on the play. So we have an injury timeout at 2:55. Trips right. Strickland in at running back. Foreman goes in motion. Olsen looks, throws, and he gets hit as he throws, and it's dropped incomplete. See McDonald, he'll be back soon. So now we have 3rd down and 9. Olsen drops, looks, and it's dropped on the play. And that'll bring up a 4th down and 8, and we're going to have to punt this ball back with 2:49 left, only up by 3. See if we can get this just right. Here's the kick by York. High booming kick towards the corner, and bounces at the 5 and out of bounds at the 3. What a kick there. Incredible punt. We pin him all the way back on the 3 with 2:43 left. They got to go to the distance and get at least a field goal. Here's the handoff, and no gain there as Freeman drags him down for actually a loss of 1. That's Marquez Taylor, backup running back. 2nd and 11 now. And Taylor again up the middle, and he gets dropped for no gain. Actually, sorry, 2 yards on the play. And that'll bring the 2-minute warning. They have a big 3rd and 9. Got to hold him here. Pistol formation. Nelson drops. Throws, and it's dropped. Incomplete pass. A little curl route there. Had the 1st down, but now it's going to bring up 4th and 9, and they have to go for it. Empty backfield. See if we can get some pressure here. Nelson drops, rolls to his right, throws deep down the sideline, and batted up and down. Big stop there by the Pharaohs. Is they're going to take over on downs. 1st and goal from the 5. One problem is UTEP has 3 timeouts. We can't run out the clock here. We run that one in for 1 yard by Teague, and UTEP takes their 1st timeout. We're going to have to put this in the end zone because we're not going to be able to chew this clock. Man in motion. Fake and hand off to Teague, and he swallowed up and dropped. Big loss on that play, 5 yards. Now bring up a 3rd down and 9. Olsen drops. Here comes pressure. Throws over the middle. He throws it behind the receiver, and that's incomplete. Williamson had the man beat. Now we're going to have to kick another field goal here, make it a 6-point game, as Wells does just that. But that has to be a victory for UTEP, as now they're only 6 points down. Touchdown and extra points going to give them the lead, and defense has to come up big for Memphis Tech here. After the kickoff, which was a touchback, UTEP's going to take over on the 25. Nelson looking, dumps it off into the flat, and it's going to be an 8-yard gain as we hit a minute and a half, and they go no huddle. Empty backfield again, trips tight to the right. Nelson drops, looks, throws over the middle, caught. 1st down there and dropped. 11-yard drag to Thomas, moves the chains as they go no huddle again, saving that timeout. They have 1 left. And here's another throw in the middle of the field, caught, and it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 5 as they go no huddle. I'm calling timeout because our defense is a little gassed, and I wasn't really enjoying the formation we were in, so I just want to stop, gather my thoughts, try and stop this drive. Here's Nelson again. Steps up, looks over the middle, and it's incomplete. Taking a shot. He's lucky it wasn't picked. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 5. Nelson takes a snap, looks, steps up, throws deep down the left side, and caught and downed at the 3-yard line. Marquez Taylor got behind this corner's 48-yard pass, gives him a 1st and goal at the 3 with 35 seconds left. Here's a handoff and tackled, and they called their last time out. Now bring up a 2nd and goal from the 4. Nelson looking, pressure now coming, throws it to the corner of the end zone, and it's caught! And that's a touchdown. Wow. Unbelievable. Give up the deep shot, and we have a bunch of guys in the corner, and they somehow find their guy. This is an official challenge. I did not ask for this challenge. And they said he got his feet in and held on to the ball. Thomas with the catch. And now they're an extra point away. See, one more look. High floating ball into the corner. And now they're going to kick this extra point to take the lead if it's good. And it is right down the middle. So now we're down 31-30 with 26 seconds left. Thought we had this game won. Settling for that last field goal really hurt. Here's the kickoff. It's going to be shy, so we have to run it back. Here's Buford straight at the middle, looking for a lane, and doesn't find anything. He gets dropped at the 23. So now we have 22 seconds left. 2 timeouts. Olsen drops, rolling to his right, steps up, throws, caught, and dragged down is Teague, and we got to call a timeout. He could not get out of bounds. 4-yard gain, 2nd down and 6, 17 seconds left. Olsen drops, looks, throws, and it's picked off, and that's going to seal the game for UTEP. Tyler Jones, the strong safety, stepped in front of the receiver and ends this game. Heartbreaking fashion for Memphis Tech. And 2 games we absolutely needed down the stretch to go to the conference championship, and we lose them by a total of 3 points and 1 point. As the offense got rolling this game, we just couldn't stop them through the air. See the quarterback, Malachi Nelson, 333 and 4, and he had 2 more on the ground. This game was just, there was hardly any punts. Great offensive plays on both sides of the ball. See that game-winning catch right there. And, yeah, this is a tough episode. 2 losses after a 5-game win streak is not what we wanted at all. Let's go in here and take a look at these stats for the game. See, we had more first downs, had more yards, ran the ball for almost 100 yards more than them. Passed for 30 yards less. They were 8 of 15 on third. We were 6 of 14. We were 2 out of 3 on 4th down. Lost a fumble. Threw 2 picks. And, yeah, had 7 minutes, but 3 penalties for 30 yards also hurt. And let's take a look at these individual stats. Olsen, 25 of 43, 303, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Tyson, 17 carries for 81. I don't know why he left, because that gave Teague 11 carries that should have gone to Tyson. Receiving side, Page, 8 for 73 and a touchdown. Williamson, 7, 125 and 2. On the blocking side, again, no sacks allowed. Defensively, 11 tackles by Chase Freeman. 9 by Valentine. Had 2 sacks on the day. No picks. And a really tough episode here, losing 2 games by combined 4 points and pretty much removing ourselves from the Conference USA Championship talk. And now we advance the week after that crushing loss. Can't believe couldn't put the ball in the end zone and give up that long play. Hey, we get our first signing. 4-star Mike Jason Wozniak from Arvada, Colorado commits to the Memphis Tech Pharaohs, our first commitment ever in this dynasty. And it's a 4-star middle linebacker. Gotta love that. Chase Freeman, player of the week. 6 tackles, 5 assists, 2 TFLs. Defensive player of the week. And now let's go look at this recruiting. There we go. Wozniak, our first signing. Bradbury. Now we're in a recruiting battle, and this is going to be a tough one. And we do not have anything good over there on the grade side. Just gonna have to send the house and hope for the best, and probably end up short, but we'll just see what happens there. Jolly, 4-star athlete thumper. Big lead on him. You know what, at this point, let's go ahead and scout him. I want to see how fast he is. Ooh, 90 speed with 83 pursuit, 75 zone. Boys and girls, we may have a 90 speed strong safety right here. I know it sounds like 90 speed, love to have him at middle, but if we have a 90 speed strong safety that has good zone, great pursuit, acceleration, and tackle, yeah, I think we found a strong safety right there in Russ Jolly if we can get him signed. McLeod, we should get him wrapped up soon. Tina Samoa, oh man, in a recruiting battle there with Vanderbilt. Hopefully we can hang on. What is his? Do not have anything outstanding for him. Can't try to sway because 2 of those are negatives and it's not going to work. So we may end up losing him. Francis, 3-star guard. What is he at? Impact, pass block. Good pass blocker. Might have to move him to tackle instead. Ian Badejo should get him at kicker, punter. You know what? Let's I'm not going to visit. Let's at least give him 10. You know what? We give him 15. I am Badejo. If I can hit the right button here. There we go. James, tight end. There's another strong safety. We should be able to get him. Dunsmore is a pocket passing quarterback. Got a corner here. 3-star. Another 3-star. Wide receiver. Let's give him 25. First there. Mizzou's gaining. Number 1 there. Let's throw 25 and see if we can get Shoemaker. Not on these guys' boards at all. Another Thumper. Another Mike. All right, so let's do this by position. Need 1 quarterback. Looking for 1 halfback, don't need him. Definitely need a fullback. Wide receiver, lost 1. We can add these 2, that would be great. Tight end, didn't lose any, but I'm looking to add 1 or 2, so that would be great to get both of those guys. Tackle, we lost 1, are going to lose 1, and we really need to step up there, so I might have to change some points around here in a minute. Guards, looking at adding 2. Might only end up with 1. And we'll see. I might have to pull these points off of him at the end and put him on one of the other guys. Got the center, so that's going to count as one of our guards. So that'll work. Can also make him a tackle if we need to. No edges. D-tackle. Looking to add a couple, and we're losing 1, so we're first on his board. We get him, that's fine. Outside linebackers, looking to add 4, but we don't have enough of those guys. And we'll be lucky to add 1 at this point. Mike, we got 1. Going hard after this guy. Although he could be moved to strong safety. Don't really need to add a strong safety. We're losing 1. So I could still keep him at linebacker with 90 speed. That wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Cornerback, looking to add 3, but we only have 2 on the board. First on both of those, need to add some more. Free safety, not looking to add any. These are mostly to add for strong safety. First on his, and then we need to add a kicker and a punter. So let's go back in the prospect list and see if there's anybody out here at quarterback. Any 4-stars? Three stars. Got a dual threat. I'll toss him on the board just for the heck of it. Running back. North-south blocker. Contact. No. Elusive bruiser. 5'9", 195. You know what? Craig Bone sounds pretty good. It's from St. Louis too, so I'll throw him on the board just to have an extra guy. Wide receivers. No, don't want any JUCO. Physical route runner. How tall is he? 6'1". Don't want the gadget. Nope. 6'5". Proximity's not great. 6'5" there. Trent Stubbs. Let's throw him on the board so we get an extra wide receiver. Any tackles in case we lose those guys off the board. Raw strength. We can always kick him into guard. So we'll put him on the board. And with the raw strength guys playing in the middle, we'll throw him on there too. I like the playing style though. Don't need edge, need any more D tackles. Pensacola, I was just down there. We'll throw him on the board. There's a backup. Outside linebackers, we need more of these guys on the board. Where are we at? We're at 35 already. So, all right. So we have extra guys on the board in case we don't get some of the ones we were looking at. But so where we stand, second, but we're in a battle. First in the top 5, first in the top 5, in a battle. First in the top 3, first in the top 5, first top 5, first top 5. So all these guys were first on their board. He's 6th. In fact, I'm going to slide him down a little bit. There we go. All these guys were first on. A few more guys down here first. And we got Finley. Let's move him up there. There we go. And that's going to be it on the recruiting side. So next episode, we will wrap up the regular season. Should be going to the bowl game. We got 6 wins. We can get another win, get us to 7. That'll guarantee it. Playing 7-3 Kennesaw State next at Kennesaw State. And then we come home and play Louisiana Tech. Should be able to beat them. And worst case, be 7-5 on the season. Take a look quickly at our conference standings and see where we are. I know we're out of it, but yeah, we're at 3-3. Got 3 teams at 5-1. Even if we beat them, we'd still have one more loss. So yeah, we are out of the Conference USA championship race. And look at this. We have the fewest points allowed by any team in the conference. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 most points scored. No, it's not sorting right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 most points scored in the conference. So stats real quick. See what our yearly totals are. So Olsen, just shy of 3,000 yards, 21 touchdowns, 12 picks. Got to get that down. Rushing wise, Tyson, 148 yards, shy of 1,000. Should be able to get him to that. Receiving, spreading out all those catches. Williamson needs 176 yards to get to 1,000 as well. 8 touchdowns. Blocking wise, how many sacks have we allowed? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 sacks on the season. Not bad. Defensively, Freeman, 97 tackles. Valentine, 88. Terrell, 87. TFLs, look at that. 24 by Terrell, 19 by Freeman, 18 by Love. Sacks, Love, 10. Townsend, 8.5. Weeks and Garland, 5.5. And picks, only 4 picks, and they're all by our Mike. We don't have any secondary picks. That's just amazing to me. So yeah, that's going to wrap it up on this episode, guys. That was a lot of offense in that second game, but not enough at the end. And we're going to wrap it up next week with 2 more games, and then hopefully get into a bowl game and wrap up this season 1, get into the off season, finish up our recruiting, go to the transfer portal, and do some off season training. So if you like the content, please like, subscribe, comment, share it out, hit the notification bell so you know when the next episode goes live. And I will see you soon with the Memphis Tech Pharaohs Dynasty. You guys take care. Bye-bye.